I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Step out. Can I move my phone?
And have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say.
The celebration was supposed to last all night, but within minutes, everything turned into chaos. Police car like Terence Crawford had just conquered Canelo Alvarez. Omaha was celebrating their king with parades, parties, flashing cameras, and thousands of fans chanting his name. The pound-for-pound legend looked untouchable. But then, just after 1 a.m., the mood changed in a heartbeat. Police lights exploded behind Crawford's car. What happened next shocked everybody around him. According to reports, officers stopped the vehicle for reckless driving. But Crawford's team says this was no ordinary traffic stop. His head of security, Qasim Shabazz, described a terrifying scene where guns were suddenly pointed at everyone inside the car. Imagine celebrating the biggest victory of your life, then seconds later staring down police weapons in complete confusion. And it gets even crazier. Authorities claim they found firearms on the floor of the vehicle, escalating the entire situation instantly. Crawford was eventually released after officials confirmed the weapons were legal, but by then, the internet had already exploded with theories. Some fans believe this was just routine police work. Others think something deeper was happening behind the scenes. Why would this happen on the exact night Omaha was honoring Crawford like a hometown hero? That question has divided boxing fans everywhere. Tim Bradley hinted this was about more than traffic laws. Andre Ward said critics have always tried to tear Crawford down no matter what he accomplishes. Even Amir Khan stepped in to defend him, saying nothing can erase what Crawford has already proven inside the ring. Now the debate is bigger than boxing itself. Was this simply a late-night stop that got out of control? Or was it another example of how fame, power, and attention can suddenly turn against you the moment you rise too high? One thing is certain. The same night Terence Crawford stood on top of the boxing world, he also found himself in the middle of one of the most controversial moments of his entire career.
Seatbelt.
You gotta step out.
I'm opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening the
off
door.
me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro.
Step out.
Can I move my phone?
Step out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Terence Crawford's night in Omaha started out as a party, but things went in a strange direction. Even though he was honored with a parade and a loud party after beating Canelo Alvarez, the evening didn't end on a good note. Early the next morning, Crawford was stopped by police. There were reports that he was driving a blue four-door car that police say was going too fast. At about 1:27 a.m., the traffic stop took place. The situation got worse when police said they found a gun on the floor of the car. The police then pulled out their guns and told everyone in the car to leave.
I mean, Terence Crawford, he on the highest cloud, bro. In his city, let him know. Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say. The cops send a message. This our city. You might got the key, but I got the handcuffs. That's what that was. Yeah. And before y'all start talking about my ceiling real quick, my roof, hey, it been raining and stuff. Hey, it's raining now. The clouds is out right now. You can see them in the background. I'm gonna go watch the damn car in a little bit once this rain stops. But anyways, back to the video. Oh, man, look. You ain't got no city until you got the police. That's a fact. Yeah. Shoot, you ain't got no city unless you got the police. Don't ever forget that. You gotta have the law enforcement on your side, man. They gotta be looking out for you. For the good, not for the bad, for the good. Yeah. Terence Crawford, it don't matter what you do for your city, man. Bruh, I'm letting you know right now, man. With this incident right here, they waiting on you to do something bad. This dude right here, he was trying to jack you. He was trying to catch you slipping. That's all it was. Seeing you on TV, displayed all on TV, parade shut down and stuff. He gotta be, securing certain points and stuff like that. He mad. He mad to see you.
Tim Bradley talked about what happened with Terence Crawford's traffic stop, and many people found his point of view to be honest and helpful. He thought what happened that night was more than just breaking the law. It looked like it was meant to make a statement about the winner. He said it was possible that Crawford's rising fame made powerful people reiterate the idea that no amount of success makes someone above the law. Bradley also said that it was like a familiar pattern. Strange things happen when people are happy. He said it was a situation where stress often gets in the way of good times. His point of view struck a chord with watchers, especially those who noticed the contrast between Crawford's celebrations after winning and the sudden shift to a tense interaction with police and flashing lights.
Your seat. The same man who rode on the float with Bud during Saturday's parade.
Be a man who can get to receive his second key to the city and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Being the head of Terence Crawford's security, Shabazz has seen a lot, but nothing like this.
Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Early Sunday morning, Crawford and his team were leaving an after party following his parade. According to police, they pulled their vehicle over near 12th and Cass Streets for reckless driving. That's where things took a dark turn.
And as soon as he said he had a firearm, the police officer that was on his side became unhinged.
Police immediately drew their weapons, pointing a gun at Shabazz and the pound-for-pound champ.
I literally had my hands on top of the ceiling in inside of the vehicle.
According to police, an officer had identified a firearm on the
Later, Crawford's head of security used words to describe the event that made it sound even worse than it really was. From his point of view, the police officers seemed tense from the start, and their actions quickly made things worse, making everyone involved truly afraid. When they were threatened with a gun and told to get out of the car, what was supposed to be a fun weekend turned into a scary one. Those with Crawford felt like they were in danger. He talked about how quickly the mood changed, from being fine to being worried in a matter of seconds. He said that the event was one of the most upsetting things that had ever happened at work. He thought the exchange was much worse than a normal traffic stop, and it turned into a moment that everyone there will remember for a long time.
Parade. KETV Newswatch 7's Pete Cudahy spoke with Mayor John Ewing, who requested that the Omaha Police Department conduct an internal investigation. And Pete, what did the mayor have to say?
Yeah, Julie, Mayor Ewing says that after such a great day yesterday, he was heartbroken hearing about the news of the traffic stop. That's why he reached out to Police Chief Todd Schmaderer and Terence Crawford himself to find out what exactly happened at that traffic stop. Omaha Police released a statement saying that a car driven by Terence Crawford was stopped for driving recklessly around 1:30 in the morning on Cass Street. An officer confirmed that while Crawford was reaching to grab his information, the cop spotted a gun.
Shabazz is in charge of the security for Terence Crawford. He has seen a lot, but nothing like this. Early Sunday morning, Crawford and his group left a party to go to his parade. The police say they stopped the car around 12th and Cass Streets for driving recklessly. That's when things went dark. The police pulled out their guns right away and pointed them at Shabazz and the pound-for-pound winner,
Terence Crawford. They tried to ruin his reputation and say that he wasn't a draw when the numbers were there for you to see. When he went to MSG against guys that didn't have big names or that were faded, like Amir Khan, or when he fought Kaviaskis, he did numbers. It was a smear campaign about his personality. He doesn't talk. Nobody wants to hear him. No, that you don't want to hear. So you try to speak for the masses when the whole time you have a star right here. You got to learn how to talk to this man. Even as recent as his last fight, the fight before Canelo, the smear campaign continued. I don't hear the smear campaign now. Them voices got really, really quiet like they typically do when they get proven wrong. And they either try to jump on the wagon, I knew this kid was going to be that, or they get very, very quiet and they start to retreat back to wherever they came from and they don't have a lot to say. So I'm happy for this brother for that reason, because they tried to bury him, Roy. It didn't work. He overcame that. He said, give me my shot. I'm going to show you. And he kept doing it time and time again. And he did it again against Canelo Alvarez.
Authorities say that a police officer found a gun on the floor of the car. Sources say that Terence Crawford was first pulled over for careless driving. While they were talking, police said they found 2 weapons on the floor of the car, which made things worse and led to everyone being forced to leave at gunpoint. After that, officials made sure that the guns were legally owned and that the right information was entered. No other violations were found. Crawford was given a fine for just driving while drunk and was soon allowed to leave. Even though the official issue was solved, it caused some people to disagree. Some people thought it was more than just a normal stop. They said that the fact that it happened on a day when Crawford was being honored showed that local leaders were trying to get more power. Some thought it was less about enforcing traffic rules and more about using a parade to keep people in charge of the city.
Wanted to send a statement because he doesn't like the rise of the Black Messiah. He don't like to see a black person in position of power. So he pulled Terence Crawford over for quote-unquote reckless driving. And as he approached the car, he decided to lie on his report, because as he approached the car, he stated that he saw a firearm on the floor panel. Come to find out, Terence Crawford informed him as he approached the driver's side door where Terence Crawford was driving. And in the passenger side was Terence Crawford's head security guard. In the back was Coach Malachi. And a young lady was on the side of Coach Malachi in the back seat. And Terence Crawford has legal firearms, and of course his security has legal firearms. They informed the officer that they have legal firearms in the vehicle. He then brandished his firearm, pointed at Terence Crawford's face, and then got very aggressive as Terence Crawford got, and his security and everybody in the vehicle, Coach Malachi, got nervous because he started to show the actions and body language of somebody that wanted to do something completely left. And now in the police report that has been obtained by the community and released and leaked, he never puts about the reckless driving. He never puts.
A famous boxer commentator named Andre Ward added a new point of view to the discussion by pointing out that Terence Crawford's career has been questioned many times. He said that critics had been trying to downplay Crawford's accomplishments for a long time, even before the fight with Canelo, saying that his wins were based on decisions instead of real dominance. Ward thought that this kind of story was meant to make Crawford's successes and skills seem less important. He thought that what happened in Omaha was just another example of how the champion still has problems, both in the ring and with how his reputation is seen. He made it clear that none of these ongoing attempts can take away from Crawford's achievements. No matter what else is going on, his performance history and the respect he has earned through it will stay the same.
Crawford's going to win. You see, when I watched Crawford train back in Omaha, Nebraska, and when I was in Colorado Springs, he came into my camp. He helped me out a little bit, but at the same time, I seen him sparring some heavyweight guys. I seen him wrestling some heavy, big guys, and I thought, wow. So I asked him, I go, look, do you have like a wrestling background? He goes, yeah, we're like state champion. So that showed to me that this guy is a solid, strong person. Like, no one can push him around. No one can dictate. No one no one's going to put pressure on him where he's going to feel hurt because he knows how to control the ring. When it comes to box IQ, like his IQ in boxing is probably the best. I mean, he knows what punch to throw. He knows how to maneuver these heavier, big hitters and also take away their power and put his own shots in. So yeah, he's up there, one of the best ever, really.
You know, as an ex-fighter champion, I'm just curious. We heard yesterday Dana White says he's not going to acknowledge the WBC, IBF, WBO. He's going to have his own belt and the ring belt. And they want to potentially make changes to the Ali Act as well. This is a big thing here in America. How do you feel about, is it time to make these changes and evolve, or are you more old school and think they shouldn't happen?
Ariel, I think it's the time boxing needed to change a little bit.
Some analysts have gone beyond the official answer and said that there may have been other factors at play. They said that Crawford's rise in Omaha from local fighter to world champion has made him more than just an athlete. He has become a symbol of community pride. From this point of view, some local leaders might have been worried about how well-known and powerful he was becoming. Because of this, some people think the event was a subtle way of telling Crawford and everyone else that institutional power still rules supreme. From this point of view, the situation is linked to a larger pattern, which is common among famous people. People who are more visible may face more scrutiny, and those who are in the spotlight may face situations that seem to weaken their position or limit their growing impact.
Police report, but now we got information from Terence Crawford, his own team, and they're saying something completely different. If you listen, his head of security, Shabazz, said he was shaken up. He was like, I thought we were going to get popped by the cops that night. And crazy enough, he teaches classes on how to de-escalate and deal with police officers. So, you know, at least that's what they're saying his credentials are. So he knows how to de-escalate situations and still had a problem with Omaha PD. And the other thing that is different, he's saying that they didn't even know that he had a gun on him or there was no gun on the floorboard, which changes things. So I can't wait till we get down to the nitty gritty and the body cams and this and that, because now this shakes things up. This is no longer the story we were being fed from TMZ. This is something different. The TMZ article said the cops pulled him over for reckless driving, fair if he was doing it, and seen a gun. And in my video, I said, if those things are true, then yeah, the cop can take you out the car for every.
Former world champion Amir Khan also spoke out in support of Terence Crawford, stressing that the debate surrounding him doesn't take away from what he has done. He said that he had long thought Terence would join the top boxers and praised Crawford's skill and work ethic. Khan says that what happened in Omaha has no effect on Crawford's status as a top champion or on the reputation he has built. He made it clear that trying to doubt or downplay those achievements will not change what has been shown in the ring. Fans were encouraged by Khan's words, which showed that real skill and determination will last over time, even if others criticize them.
Put out this statement. The mayor put out a statement as well. Really no meat to it, except like he's going to do an internal investigation. Everything else felt a little political. Okay, Omaha Mayor John Ewing and Police Chief Todd Schmaderer, are aware of a video circulating on social media regarding the traffic stop involving Terence Bud Crawford early Sunday morning. Chief has authorized an internal affairs investigation. Shortly before 1:30 a.m., officers working in the downtown area observed a vehicle driving recklessly near North 12th and Capitol Avenue. A traffic stop was conducted at Cass Street. So he's pulled over because they said he's driving recklessly. All right. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. I'm going to read that sentence to you again. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. That is important. For safety, all 4 occupants were ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. The driver was later identified as Mr. Crawford upon verification of his driver's license and was issued a citation for reckless driving. One passenger, a member of Mr. Crawford's security team, was also found to be carrying a legal firearm. Okay, so that's 2 guns in the car legally. Police have confirmed that all occupants are legally permitted to carry firearms. A police supervisor and lieutenant responded to the scene at Mr. Crawford's request. So he requested the supervisor and lieutenant to show up. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
People had very different ideas about what happened that night because the official story didn't match up with what people said happened. On the one hand, the Omaha Police Department said the event was just a normal traffic check for careless driving. Crawford's head of security, on the other hand, said the event was scary and that the officer's response was unfair and put people in unnecessary danger. These different versions made people worry about things like sincerity, clarity, and responsibility. Many people couldn't figure out where the truth lay because of the differences between the official report and eyewitness accounts. This left people wondering how the event was handled.
Incumbent for me to say that it will not be lost on a lot of people that Terence Crawford, being obviously a black man, being pulled over by cops in such fashion and treated in such a seemingly harsh way, will not go down well with a lot of people, especially in the black community, where, let's be honest, there has been tensions over the years between the police and the black community throughout many American towns and cities. So let's be honest, this incident will do nothing to improve relations between those two groups, that's for sure. Because make no mistake, this is an incident that could have gone very left, very, very left. And someone could have got hurt, maybe even fatally hurt. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that, because we've seen in the past where incidents of this nature have ended up very badly. So yeah, there's a lot of people who are very upset by this incident. As I said, I've not heard anything from Terence Crawford or anyone related to Terence Crawford, anyone to do with his inner circle. I would imagine he'll be releasing a statement soon. There are some people online who are suggesting that Terence Crawford may have grounds to sue. There are others saying that he might not want to sue because Terence Crawford is a much loved member of the Omaha, Nebraska community, and he does a lot of work for the city, so he may not want to sue the city. However, it'll be interesting to see how this one gets resolved.
As the public's anger grew, city leaders moved quickly to help. In statements, Omaha's mayor and police chief addressed the worries and promised a full investigation into what happened. They stated that the incident would be looked into internally and stressed how important it is to be open and build trust with the public. These comments were meant to calm things down, but not everyone agreed with them. Some critics thought that the formal response downplayed how bad things were. Even though the decision to look into it was important, a lot of people think that what will really matter is whether or not real steps are taken to keep the promises that were made. People who saw it thought it was part of a bigger pattern. It focused on the problems that can happen when a person becomes well known in a field that is usually controlled by established institutions. Some analysts thought that situations like this might happen when someone with a lot of name challenges someone in power. They thought that the Omaha traffic stop might have been about more than just driving. They saw it as a bigger fight between individual success and established power structures. They connected this idea to a larger trend that has been seen over time. Institutions in power often fight against people who become famous. Along with these points of view, some members of the public were worried about possible bias, and others wanted to know if the event was affected by something other than normal procedures. Many people who spoke said, without using harsh words, that they were sure Crawford was treated differently because of who he was, not because of the issue itself. Supporters of this point of view had strong responses, and many of them thought the encounter was wrong. No matter how the event is understood, it definitely started a bigger conversation, one that goes beyond Crawford and includes how people think about fairness, responsibility, and equal treatment when they deal with the government on a daily basis.